Okay, so welcome back, Sebastian Casa family members. I'm here today because I'm finally doing the Ursula look that I had told you that my daughter had requested. She sent me the one from Ladylike, and I will link that down below. It has to do with being transformed into Disney villains, and that's where she got the Ursula look from. I don't have the right apparel, I don't have the necklace, so just bear with me. I have watched a few other ones. So the first thing that I believe that they do is they put a very light coat, they airbrush it, and Lord knows I'm not going to airbrush anything, because first of all, I don't know how. Second of all, I don't even own one. So, yeah, no. So I'm just going to use what I've got, which is nothing good, but we're going to go white first. Car alarm. It's never good first thing in the morning. Let me know how the weather is in your area. Here it's supposed to be freezing rain. I don't know what it is actually doing. I know it's raining. But I think temperatures are supposed to get better. My daughter had said something about 60 on Sunday. And I don't know about in other places, but here 60 in the winter it's like swimming weather. It feels great, especially when it's been cold, but it's kind of been on and off. Like, we had cold weather, and then we didn't have cold weather. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if you thought this white cream was going to go on here a little faster, you're surely mistaken, because I'm just having some kind of a time here with it. I don't know if it's maybe I'm putting it on too thin and it's just being blotchy for me or what. We're going to go with it. I have to, I have it up to the YouTube on my laptop so I can have it as a reference. Well, blotchy it is. So since I don't have purple makeup that's not sparkly, we're gonna use sparkly purple makeup. What can I tell you? Yeah. That's just how we do things around here in Sebastian Koch, though. We use whatever it is that we have. I think for this one, I'm going to use my mermaid themed brush. If I could get it in the bottle. I'm just going to coat my face with it. We'll get into all the details with it once I get my face purple. It's gonna be purple and shiny. Maybe she's going to be shiny today. So I have a few things maybe anybody wants to discuss with me today. I recently went on a job interview for a company, and I don't know, not that I didn't want this job. I had foreseen that it wasn't going to pay, and I'm sure I'll get a lot of backlash about this, but bakers can't be choosers when it comes to needing a job, and I totally get all that, trust me. But that's just me making this powder come out. Anyhow, I recently went on to this job, and I mean, she asked me, you know, because the position that I applied for was no longer available. She asked me if this other position, if I would want to take this other position. And I told her, oh, yeah, because, I mean, sure, you know. So the first one was just a housekeeping position at a local nursing home. I'm trying to think of what it was, but that position had already been filled. Why? I'm going to stem off the conversation here for a moment. If you're an employer and you know you have someone else coming that same day for an interview, would you go ahead and hire the first person that you see? In my experience, in places I have worked, in places that I have managed, that never happens. In places I've employed, they're always like, you know, oh, I've got several applicants, you know, we'll have to go through them and then we'll decide. Man, this purple makes you look sick. Anyhow, I don't know. But that's beside the point here. That's not what I'm discussing. I'm just saying that, you know, she offered me a different position, and of course I hadn't taken any position, but she'd offered me a different one, and then she proceeds to ask me, she's like, does this sound like it's something you want to do? And I said, well, I want to talk about pay and benefits. And she's like, well, what do you want to be paid? What? No, you don't you don't ask a potential person. I mean, I was asked that in like sales positions, and you know, nothing but stupid positions ask that kind of question, you know? I mean, I don't know, I was kind of put off guard, and I was like, no, please, what does this position pay? And she goes, well, what do you want to be paid? And I'm like, let me say something to you. I came from a position where when I was hired on, I made $14 an hour. Then when I'm going to use this mermaid theme contouring brush for the darker purple for my contour here. Then when I got hired on, I got an extra $1. When I went to night shift, I got an extra $1. When I was supposed to be training for some kind of leadership position, he gave me another $1 with, you know, if it worked out, I was supposed to get another $1. So I was supposed to be making $18 an hour. Well, then I come to find out that, you know, now it's almost the beginning of the year of 2018, by the way. I find out that our plant is probably closing. Well, you know, at first I was like, I'm gonna ride it out. That's what I said. I said it, every day, anytime anybody asked, I told my coworkers, we were like family. It was a small little group of us on third shift. And, you know, I believed us to be family. But well, no, I'm not. They offered some people. They offered like operators at first. They offered them to go to their sister plant, which was pretty far away. About an hour, or a little over an hour, depending on where some of these people lived. It was a little further. And I was just like, no, I'm definitely 100%, absolutely not doing that. I'm not driving out there. And as time went on, you know, I mean, I was looking for other jobs. I was doing everything, and I was like, I don't want to do this. And I was, you know, to the point where I really didn't know what else to do. And so one morning, this one coworker that came in early in the mornings, she, I liked her to a point, and then other times I didn't like her. So, doesn't tell you a lot, I know, but, you know, I can't find my black. I was thinking that would be the right blue, but it's not. Alright, hold on a minute. I'm gonna have to go get my black. Sometimes my daughter takes my makeup. I don't think she did this time. I think I used it for something else. You see, I took the whole rest of that color out, which I don't wear that color anyhow. And I'm gonna use this black. This is I don't know if all blacks are like this or just this one, but it's very overpowering. And I'm just going to go along the lash line, but make it really up here a little bit, I think, and then I may need to use a different brush. And then down. Oh, anyhow, I may have to use the actual brush I use so I can control it. Anyhow, to make a long story short, anyhow, I ended up going out there and I took the position. So I asked for $20 an hour. They gave me $20 an hour. I came home and I was like, you know, I told my husband, I said, I don't know if it's worth it, but we will find out. And I actually, other than the drive, I actually enjoyed working out there. There were some things that I didn't enjoy, and who doesn't enjoy certain things at work? But, yeah, I don't know, but there was other things that I enjoyed. I enjoyed some of the people that worked there. I got to know some of the people that came up from my original plant, that came up after me. I got to you know them too. I didn't really know them because I was second shift and then third shift, so I'm just using these. I'm going to use between these two blues. She has a very light blue. And then I'm going to go back in with the black. But, I don't even know which blue I use now. Anyhow, so when I was talking to this lady, let's not get too far off topic, but when I was talking to this lady at my interview, she kept saying, you know, how I need to tell her, so I was telling her about how much I made. When I told her that I started out at $14 an hour, her eyeballs were about that big around. And I'm just like, I'm looking at her as I'm talking, I'm thinking, oh boy. And then when I started bringing up about that I was offered 20 and I was making 20, she almost fell on the floor. And I was like, okay, no. This is not going to be a good place for me, because not that a job wouldn't be good, they're not going to pay me what I'm worth. And I don't want to go backwards, if you know what I mean, in my positions. I'll put a little bit more in here, make these a little bigger, and then I'll come back in with the black. But she's like, oh, I completely understand. I was gonna offer you 11. She's like, we start out at $9.50, and I'm like, I didn't laugh at her, but in my mind I was like, oh, you know, $9.50, $11. I haven't made $11 in 3 years. You know, no, I said no, I'm sorry. But with all that being said, I managed to get my daughter a job there. Or a potential job. Let's put it that way, a potential job, because I took her the next day and she met her, and she knows that she doesn't have any experience. And so she's willing to try. Which, in my mind, is really cool. Let's see, so this goes down a little bit here. And then you see I just kind of like smoked it out. Maybe it should be a little darker on the top. Okay. I mean, I don't know. You ever turn down a job just because of the pay? Was I right for doing that? I think she has a little bit of blue on the bottom. I'm gonna do some blue. No, she actually has, the regular Ursula has black. This one, she has blue. So I think I'm gonna do the black, actually. My brushes need to be cleaned. Doing all these makeup videos, I'm using my brushes a lot more than usual. But anyhow, her black kind of extends down and then goes under the eye and back around. So let me go back into this one. But yeah, let me know. Comment down in the comment box if you ever turned down a job because of based on the pay. I'll be honest with you. Before I got this job, I would have probably taken that job. But now I'm just like, basing even places I apply. Now, I applied to this because it said great pay and great benefits. I look like a raccoon. Maybe it needs like eyeliner, probably does. And this one here, it seems like the blue kind of came down with it. Oh well. Anyhow, comment down below if you actually enjoy watching me fail at makeup tutorials, because that's pretty much what I do. I was never been much for... No. I'm gonna take that back. I've always been much for makeup, and I think I've said that in a different one.